only have I known. Y'all the main ones I'm watching on my throne. Created everything, but I called you my own. That land I gave you, put my name on it, my home. Yeah, that's my home. Israel, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. I made a promise, can't nobody take it. I chose to put you above all the nations. Out of your graves, I chose to awaken. We made a covenant, don't you forsake it. Come get protected while they going crazy. Israel, my firstborn, my baby. Israel, my firstborn, my baby. I woke you up in your land of captivity. I do not change, I want you to remember me. Laws and commandments, I gave you the remedy. Go read the testimonies for your memory. I sent them prophets, but you wasn't hearing me. I come to you if you really come near to me. I heard your cry.
I've never been back since.
When we got home, there was saying, Mom, this is what Dad said. He said, "Out, out."
That's right.
I know, that's right. You know, and we got changed and wow. It was horrible.
It was horrible.
And here's the thing. And he was wearing Speedo. And when you could see around his waist, his buttocks, his legs. And I vowed I will never go back to a swimming pool again. Because I'm not washing myself. I'm not. It's the idea that the waters get. Look, if any of you say you saw me swim, you're alive. Because you'll never see me swim. I'd rather swim in the sea than swimming in a pool where white people have been in. Have you ever seen the worms come out of there? All right, let's get it. All right, we give all praises to the Most High God. Do you remember where we left off the last time? Does anyone remember where we left off?
Were we in Leviticus 26?
Remember, I was breaking this down for you, and we went through just so you understand, we're dealing with covenant every week now. And if I'm not here, Captain will take over and cover the covenants as well. We're dealing with all the covenants, every covenant. There is no way any of you are going to say, well, Pastor, you did it. No, we have taught you covenant. We're covering everything. We've done the covenant of the land, which was the promises. We did that last week, did we not? Did we cover the promises of the blessings of the covenant? Did we touch that?
We did touch.
We stopped off on the law of obedience.
We did? All right. Well, let me just quickly go over this then, just to make sure that you're on this. Because I want, as I said, the covenant to us, in fact, before we do that, quickly go to 1 Chronicles. Go to 1 Chronicles. 1 Chronicles chapter 17, and I think that'll give you an idea. Then we'll go to Joel afterwards.
Yes, sir.
1 Chronicles chapter 17, since I've just jumped into one's head. We're going to begin, in fact, before we go to 21, we're going to begin at 20. Chronicles chapter 17 and 20, if you please.
This is the book of 1 Chronicles, chapter 17 and verse 20.
Yes, sir.
It reads thus.
Can you hold one second?
Yes. Go ahead.
The book of 1 Chronicles, chapter 17 and verse 20. O Lord, there is none like thee.
There is one.
There is none like thee.
Go on.
Neither is there any God beside thee.
Come on.
According to all that we have heard with our ears.
With our ears. So we know there's no one beside our Yahweh. No one. And the reason why I want you to get that unequivocally clear in your mind is that when other people say, well, there are other gods, then if you don't say who, then really you're to blame. Because we know who God, our Father, is. So if they say there are others, you have to say who. No, give me the name. You say that there are other gods. Who? And what evidence do you have of their existence? We have evidence because we are all working from the same playbook that gives us full evidence of his existence, right? So we know who our God is. Now here comes the key now. 21.
Verse 21. And what one nation in the earth is like thy people Israel?
See? No one else does our God put aside like we, his children, Israel. There is no nation that you'll hear him talk about and boast of. None. But the reason why everybody has got their underwear in a knot at this point is because they feel like all this emphasis on this new Israel. We're not new. We are as old as the earth is old. We are the old Israel. The new Israel, those Ashkenazis that are there, pretending to be us. And so when we read this now, read it again, 21, sir.
And what one nation in the earth is like thy people Israel?
See, nobody's like us. Watch what it now says. Go on.
Whom God went to redeem.
See? When did we hear him go and redeem Ishmael? When did he redeem Esau?
That's right.
When did he redeem Moab? There's no writing anywhere in the scriptures that say that. And you have to forgive my passion because you see, this is something that if anyone was to bring in my, I'm going to go down your throat with it because there is nothing you can say that backs this up about other nations. This is purely us who are Israel. And it said, whom God
went to redeem, to be his own people.
His own people. Nobody else is called his own people. Then watch what it goes on to say. To what?
To make thee a name.
Read.
Of greatness.
Of what?
Of greatness.
Of greatness, it tells us. Go on.
And terribleness.
And terribleness. And you know why it's going to be terribleness in our name? Because when the spiritual power comes in us and changes us, and we're standing tall, and there's something miraculous and mysterious about our bodies, and when they look at it, it looks like the heavens are blessing us with the very sunlight when it shines on us. They're going to feel scared of us. They're going to feel scared. And why? Because you know the history. You know what you've done. You know what you did. And now we're in a position that you know there's nothing that you can do to kill us. Because we're here to live forever now.
That's right.
But read on, sir. Read.
By driving out nations.
Come on.
From before thy people.
Read.
Whom thou hast redeemed.
Whom he has what?
Redeemed.
Redeemed where?
Out of Egypt.
Read on.
For thy people Israel.
Come on.
Didst thou make thine own people forever.
Forever. So he didn't make us temporarily. He made us forever. That's why the other nations, you'll hear when it's written, it says that he will wipe them off the face of the earth forever. The other nation. He never says that about us. Never said. He said he will put us in slavery forever. He said he will punish us forever. But he never said he will wipe us out forever.
That's right.
All the other nations, they have a wanted list on their name saying, you watch it, you could be wiped out forever. But watch this now. Let's read the latter close of 22 again, sir.
And read thus. For thy people Israel.
Come on.
Didst thou make thine own people forever.
Forever. Go on.
And thou, Lord, becamest their God.
See, he's our God.
That's right.
Quickly go to Joel chapter. Is it Joel? I know I keep trying to remember this one. I don't know why it avoids me. It's Joel. It's Joel chapter 2. I'll find it when I get there. It's Joel chapter 2.
Yes, sir.
Yes, 27.
Come.
Yeah,
The
27.
book of Joel, chapter 2 and verse 27.
Mhm.
And ye shall know
Mhm.
that I am in the midst of Israel.
Again, did he say he's in the midst of anyone else?
Come,
Only Israel. Come on.
come. And that I am the Lord your God.
He's the Lord our God. Nobody else is God. He's the Lord our God. Go on.
And none else.
And none else. It tells us clearly there. Is that correct, everybody?
Come.
All right. So that makes it very, very clear as to who he is standing up for. Come on.
That's right.
Let's finish it.
That's right. And my people
Come on.
shall never be ashamed.
And we shall never be ashamed again. Come on. All right. So let's quickly go because I need to cover this kind of quickly. Any questions from anyone so far? All right. We're going to, if I do go over a few things that may have, we touched last week, never mind, that's still good. I want us to go to Deuteronomy chapter 33. Let's quickly go to Deuteronomy chapter 33.
Yes, sir.
And why is that so important? Because it is one of those chapters that deals with whom the Lord is affecting as far as Israel is concerned. So when we go there, we're going to begin from the top. Because of time, we won't be able to go through all of it. But I want us to, first of all, read the first 3 verses. Go ahead, sir.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 33, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
And this is the blessing
Mm-hmm.
wherewith Moses, the man of God,
The man of God, go on.
blessed the children of Israel before his death.
So he blessed the children of Israel before his death the same way that Jacob blessed his 12 sons before his death.
That's right.
So if one blessing is upon us and another blessing is upon us, that's double blessing. So there's something tied to that. Now let's see what it is. Let's go.
Verse 2. And he said, the Lord came from Sinai
Read.
and rose up from Seir
Come on.
unto them.
Mm-hmm.
He shined forth from Mount Paran.
Yes.
And he came with 10,000s of saints.
10,000 of the saints. Now remember, it's not 10,000. It could be 10 million for all we know, or 10 trillion for all we know. The reason why it uses the word 10,000 is because we were under the Roman numeral in terms of how things were written down in those days. And so that's the governing number we work by. But really, it's far more than that. But as we read, it says,
from his right hand.
From his right hand.
Went a fiery law.
Come on.
From them.
For them. Go on.
Yea, he loved the people.
He did what?
He loved the people.
And nowhere in the scriptures again do we read where he loves anyone else like he loves us.
That's right.
Read some.
All his saints are in thy hand.
Go on.
They sat down at thy feet. Everyone shall receive of thy word.
Now, watch what those words are. Go on.
Moses commanded us a law.
Read.
Even the inheritance of the congregation of Jacob.
So, the law was never given to any other nation. Why is that so important? Stay with me a moment. Because in that law, that covenant was tied these blessings. Now, I'm going to read them out quickly. Try your best to put them down because this is part of the blessings. The blessings, it said, blessed in the city.
Right.
Blessed in the field. Blessed in fruitfulness. The fruitfulness is on a much wider scope, meaning anything you put your hands to in terms of our women producing seed. There will never be a barren woman among us. They will just flood out children. It's fruitfulness also means income-wise. We will never be short of gold, silver, or precious stone. Never be short of it. And then it goes into blessed in daily provision. We will never want for food. Why? Because everywhere that we when the land and the portions are given to us, we will have every fruit that is there on our land. Every cattle that is needful for meat or for provision will be there for it. So in provisions, we'll be blessed daily. We'll have a daily activity. Now, what does it mean by daily activity? Meaning, you're going to be rulers.
That's right.
As rulers, you will have an activity where you will have an overseership over the nations. None of the people, and by the way, none of the people can ever, remember this, they can never pass you by and never say Lord. Never. They will never walk by you and stare at you like they smell something stink. If anything, when they see you, their heads will drop to the ground because it will be even unruly of them to look at you unless you tell them to. So they'll be in a bowed position to you forevermore in that blessing. Everybody got that? In the activity. When they come to, it is good to see you, madam, or prince, or overseer, or whatever titles are given at the time. They will be always bowing to you. Wow. The next area is blessed in victory over our enemies. Every enemy that we have known from the beginning. And when I say from the beginning, I mean the beginning. I don't mean after the flood. I mean going back to before the flood. Every enemy will be set under our feet. Every enemy, come. And here it is again. Blessed in our storehouses.
That's right.
Blessed in our store. They will have to come to us to buy provisions. And exactly. And remember, we'll have such a position that if they fail to uphold the things of the laws of God, we can pray that the Lord stops up the heavens, no rain over their land.
That's right.
And the next is blessed in labor. Meaning all our labor here has not been in vain. Remember, we've labored, we've built cities and towns and countries, and we've never been paid. That blessing is coming back to us a trillionfold. Blessed in seasonal rains. Remember, we touched that last week. Latter rain and former rain. We were blessed in rains. Because there are many rains that come.
That's right.
Remember, they will come formidably in the future with us. They won't come abstractly, meaning to tear up the land. They will come when there's water needed at such a time, or to fill the balance of the water table of the earth. It will come like that. Then there is blessed in national positions. Some of you will hold major positions over towns, lands, countries even. You will have great positions.
That's right.
Great power, great authority. And lastly, blessed in commerce, meaning that the whole earth will be run by you. Remember, they deal with the gold and the silver, and who gets what, where, when. We will be in that position. In fact, this is why when I hear sometimes you can overhear brothers say, but why they have all the gold, and why they got all this, and why they good. That's what I say, good. Let them store it up. Because we know where to send them a chains around their neck to pull those things back to our habitat. Any questions so far? Any questions on that? But right, let's get back and read. Let's read Moses now. Read 4 again, sir.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 33 and verse 4.
Yes, sir.
Moses commanded us a law.
Yes.
Even the inheritance of the congregation of Jacob.
See, go on.
And he was king in Jerusalem.
See, he was king over Israel. Read.
When the heads of the people and the tribes of Israel were gathered together.
He was king. In fact, truth be known, he was our first king. But read on, please.
Verse 6. let Reuben live
Read.
and not die,
Come on.
and let not his men be few.
Jump down to 7.
Verse 7. And this is the blessing of Judah.
Come on.
And he said, Hear, Lord, the voice of Judah,
Come on.
and bring him unto his people.
Drop that. Go to 8.
Verse 8. And Levi, he said, let thy Thummim
Good.
and thy Urim
Yes.
be with thy Holy One,
Good.
whom thou didst prove at Manasseh.
Did what?
Salaki, whom didst prove at Massah, and with whom thou didst strive at the waters of Meribah.
All right. Drop that now. Jump to 12.
Verse 12. And of Benjamin, he said, the beloved of the Lord shall dwell in safely.
Read.
By him, and the Lord shall cover him all the day long.
Jump now to 13.
Verse 13. And Joseph, he said, blessed be the Lord, be his land,
Come on.
for the precious things of heaven, for the dew, and for the deep that crouches between it.
Right.
Salaki beneath it.
Drop that. Go to 18.
And verse 18. And Zebulun, Salaki, and of Zebulun, he said, rejoice, Zebulun, in thy going out. And
Salaki, I would have you, if you please, read 18,
Khan.
but I want you to read the latter clause of 18, sir.
Khan, the latter clause.
And they are the 10.
Salakia. He says, 18?
Yeah, the middle clause of 17.
Oh, Salakia. This is Deuteronomy chapter 33, the middle clause of 17.
And they are the
And
10.
they are the 10,000
Good.
of Ephraim.
Good.
And they are the thousands of Manasseh.
Good.
And of Zebulun, he
Good.
said, rejoice, Zebulun,
Read.
in thy going out.
Good.
And Issachar, in thy tents.
And by what?
In thy tents.
20.
Verse 20. And of Gad, he said, blessed be he that enlargeth Gad.
Come on.
He dwelleth as a lion, and teareth the arm with the crown of the head.
Drop down to 22.
Verse 22. And of Dan, he said,
Come on.
Dan is a lion's whelp, and he shall leap from Bashan.
23.
Verse 23. And of Naphtali, he said, O Naphtali, satisfied with favor,
Read.
and full with the blessing of the Lord.
Full of what?
Full with the blessing of the Lord.
All right.
Possess thou the west and the south.
All right. Jump down, if you please, to 24.
Verse 24. And of Asher, he said, let Asher be blessed with children. Let him be acceptable to his brethren.
To who?
To his brethren.
His brethren. Oh, we're going to stop there for time purposes. Run, if you please, to Joshua chapter 11 and 23. Joshua chapter 11 and 23. If you have any questions, feel free to ask those questions at this time. I will be moving, so please feel free. 11 and 23.
The book of Joshua, chapter 11 and verse 23. It reads thus.
Highlight. All right, go ahead.
The book of Joshua, chapter 11 and verse 23. So Joshua took the whole land according to all that the Lord said.
Some of the land.
All that the Lord said. Salaki took the whole land according to all that the Lord said unto Moses.
Read on.
And Joshua gave it for an inheritance unto Israel.
Unto who?
Unto Israel.
So you see, Joshua took the whole land. He was not slack concerning his assignment. He did all that he was supposed to do to ensure that the land, in terms of its holding, because remember, this comes with both a natural hold and a spiritual hold. You see? A natural hold and a spiritual hold. Let's finish that, if you please.
Yes, sir. And Joshua gave it for an inheritance unto Israel.
Unto who?
Unto Israel.
No other nation but Israel. Read on, sir.
According to their division.
Come on.
By their tribe.
By their what?
By their tribe.
So it was owned by the tribes. Keep going.
Come. And the land rested from war.
Did what?
And the land rested from war.
Rested from war. Continues.
Come. Chapter 12 and verse 1. Now these are the kings of the land.
Stop. That's all I need you to say. Now I want you to go to chapter 21 and verse 43. Chapter 21 and 43.
The book of Joshua, chapter 21 and verse 43.
Now remember, everything that I'm giving to you, they are all possessions of Israel. Every script is possessionary of Israel. That's why I say to you that you highlight it, especially if you use a code color, so that every time you come and you read it now, you'll know that's a possessionary land of Israel. Con? All right, so let's read 21 and 43, and we'll stop at 45, the end of the so-called chapter.
Con. And the Lord gave unto Israel all the land which he sware to give unto their father.
Come on.
And they possessed it.
They did what?
And they possessed it.
The word possess means to own. They hold it. They own it. No one else. That's why, notice, a woman or a wife is a possession. Means he clings to her. Nobody holds or touches her. She's mine.
That's right.
The land is mine. Con? All right. So when we read on, go on.
And they possessed it and dwelt therein.
Read.
And the Lord gave them rest round about, according to all that he sware unto their fathers. And there stood not a man.
Not who?
And there stood not a man of all their enemies before them.
Read.
The Lord delivered all their enemies into their hand.
Into their hand. All the enemies were delivered into their hands. Come on. Keep going.
There failed not aught of any good thing which the Lord had spoken unto the house of Israel, all came to pass.
Come on. All right. So any questions on that? Any questions? There's a couple of things that I would ask if this was being taught. There's a couple of things that I would ask. Anybody? If you see it, you see it. If you don't, then you don't. All right, good. Well, let's move on. Now, what I want you to do at this particular point, I want a new heading, same to do with the land, but now we're going to deal with the curses. The curses of the land. Let's go back, if you please, to Deuteronomy chapter 28.
Yes, sir.
We're going to kick it off, if you please, at verse 15, which is always the beginning point of where the cursings began.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass,
Read.
if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
Read.
to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day,
Read.
that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
And overtake us. Now, remember, we just went through all of the promises. Did we not do that? Right. Now, all the promises that we just read, which is the promises of blessings, right? All of those have been turned into a curse. Every single one that you just wrote down, that's why it was imperative for you to write that down, have become the what's called the promised curse of Israel's disobedience.
That's right.
Because of our disobedience, the very thing that you saw how opulent all of those promises, those blessings were. You saw where that would have put us as a nation. Now he says, if you don't keep my laws, my statutes, and my commandments, I'm going to turn all of those blessings that are set for you into a curse, and I promise it will happen. And that's why every single thing, look, when you look at it, every single thing that he promised, we've lost it. It's been destroyed from us. Let's go to 1 Kings. Go to 1 Kings, please. 1 Kings chapter 8. We'll come back to Deuteronomy. 1 Kings chapter 8.
Yes.
1 Kings chapter 8. And when you're there, I want you to read, first of all, the first two verses. Let's see, that will be Israel. Read the first three verses, right? And then after you've read that, then we're going to jump down to 22. Okay.
Come. The book of 1 Kings, chapter 8 and verse 1. Then Solomon assembled the elders of Israel.
Come on.
And all the heads of the tribes, the chief of the fathers of the children of Israel, unto King Solomon in Jerusalem, that they might bring up the ark of the covenant of the Lord out of the city of David,
Come on.
which is Zion.
Read.
And all the men of Israel assembled themselves unto King Solomon.
Unto who?
Unto King Solomon.
Read.
At the feast in the month Ethanim, which is the 7th month. And all the elders of Israel came, and the priests took up the ark.
Okay. Priest did what?
Took up the ark.
They took up the ark. Is that correct? They took up the ark. Now, just so that we have an idea of that time of year, this was September, October. And so when we read verse 3 now, because Issachar means that time, go on.
And all the elders of Israel came, and the priests took up the ark.
And took up the ark. Now, we're going to leave a good portion, but you'll see why in a moment. We're going to read verse 22, because now we're dealing with Solomon's prayer. Because the Most High gave Solomon a vision to see certain things, so he was praying in a certain way. Let's read.
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 8 and verse 22. And Solomon stood before the altar of Yahweh.
He did what?
And Solomon stood before the altar of the Lord in the presence of all the congregation of Israel.
Come on.
And spread forth his hands toward heaven.
Read.
And he said, Lord God of Israel,
Come on.
there is no God like thee.
Read.
In heaven above or on earth beneath, who keepeth covenant.
Who does what?
Who keepeth covenant.
Keeps covenant.
And
in other words, he doesn't break his covenant for no one. No one. Read.
And mercy with thy servants.
With thy servants. Servants is Israel. Go on.
That walk before thee with all their heart.
With all their heart. Read.
Who has kept with thy servant David,
Read.
my father,
Come on.
that thou promisest him. Thou spakest also with thy mouth, and hast fulfilled it with thine hand.
Come on.
As it is this day.
Read, sir.
Therefore now, Lord God of Israel, keep with thy servant David,
Read.
my father, that thou promisest him, saying, there shall not fail thee a man in my sight.
Come on.
To sit on the throne of Israel.
Read.
So that thy children take heed to their way.
Read.
That they walk before me as thou hast walked before me. And now, O God of Israel, let thy word, I pray thee, be verified.
Come on.
Which thou spakest unto thy servant David my father.
Read.
But will God indeed dwell on the earth? Behold, the heaven, and the heaven of heavens cannot contain thee.
Cannot contain thee. Go on.
How much less this house that I have builded.
Jump down now to verse 29.
Verse 29. That thine eyes be not, Salaki, that thine eyes may be open toward this house night and day, even toward the place of which thou hast said, my name shall be there.
And by the way, who's going to tell me where is that? Now you see that surprises me really, because we're only meant to pray in one direction.
And we just read it earlier.
And we just read it. So we're meant to pray where? Everybody.
Towards the east.
Towards the east, where?
Right.
Well, Yeshua is us, but say it again, Doctor. So, which is what? Which is what?
House of peace.
But we mustn't get it. You're right, but we mustn't get it mixed up, because there's usually people mention two and it's only one. it's not Bethlehem. Because if we say it's a house of bread, that's Bethlehem. But if it's Jerusalem, so if it's Salem, then it's Jerusalem, which is our place, right? Now remember, the word Jeru is not our name. It's not our word. It was the name of the inhabitants that was there before us. When we conquered it, we kept Jeru, but we put peace after it. Because remember, after we had conquered that, now the Lord said, now there will be peace. There will be no more wars for a minute. But after the war stopped, because we got so disobedient and cocky, he then said, oh, all right, so you're feeling yourself now. You don't want to serve me the way that you should? All right, since I promise you won't have no more wars, this is what's now going to happen. I'm going to enslave you. And now we became slaves to the other nations. All over again. So and that's why he instructed us to put peace there. So it was Jerusalem, peace. Right? And so when we read this now, read it again if you please.
1 Kings chapter 8 and verse 29.
Thank you.
That thine eyes may be open toward this house night and day.
Go on.
Even toward the place of which thou hast said, my name shall be there.
Come on.
That thou mayest hearken unto the prayer which thy servant shall make toward this place.
Come on.
And hearken thou to the supplication of thy servant.
Read.
And of thy people Israel.
Read.
When they shall pray toward this place, and hear thou in heaven thy dwelling place.
Come on.
And when thou heardest, forgive.
Now remember, the Muslims have taken our technique. They've taken it and they have done it. They have done it greatness. You see, when they pray, when the millions of them turn up, like the moment they say to them, turn to the rock, and then you hit them with one voice. I'm not going to say what they say. I'm not going to say what they say.
I remember the video?
Yes, sir.
And it was like 1 million of them.
Sir.
I remember that. And you said, what about if we did that?
What?
If we did that.
If we, can you imagine if we, in South America, right here in North America, Canada, the islands, Africa, can you imagine all of us just homed in and called on the name of the Lord? Can you imagine what heaven would be doing? My God, but behave yourself, boy. Behave. Let's jump to 38. Let's get a little juice from 38, sir.
Verse 38. What prayer and supplication soever be made by any man,
come on,
or by all thy people Israel,
come on,
which shall know every man
come on,
the plague of his own heart,
read,
and spread forth his hand toward this house.
See, towards this house.
And
jump down now, if you please. Let's read. Good of time. All right, let's read 47.
Verse 47. Yet, if they shall bethink themselves,
if we consider our foolishness, come on,
in the land whither they were carried captive,
read,
and repent, and make supplication unto thee in the land of them that carried them captive, saying, we have sinned, we have done perversely, we have committed wickedness, and so return unto thee with all their heart, and with all their soul, in the land of their enemies, which led them away captive.
Come on.
And pray unto thee toward their land.
Towards where?
Toward their land.
Read.
Which thou gavest unto their fathers.
Read.
The city which thou hast chosen, and the house which I built for thy name.
Read, son.
Then hear thou their prayer and their supplication in heaven thy dwelling place. And maintain their cause.
And maintain their cause. And read.
And forgive thy people that have sinned against thee.
Read, sir.
And all their transgressions wherein they have transgressed against thee. And give them compassion before them who carried them captive, that they may have compassion on them.
On them. Let's hold there, go to Galatians chapter 4 and 26, just to prove it even further.
The book of Galatians chapter 4 and verse 26.
Yes, sir.
It reads thus, but Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all.
See, the mother of us all. They think they're included in that mother. See, it's us.
Khan.
Or Israel. Khan.
That's right.
Everybody good with that? All right, time's flying. So, there's a couple of nuggets here I want to drop. Quickly, let's run back to Deuteronomy chapter 28. Everybody got Galatians chapter 4 and 26? We read that right? All right, so I want to go back to Deuteronomy chapter 28.
Yes, sir.
And I would like to read verse 17.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 17. Cursed shall be thy basket.
Come on.
And thy store.
And thy what?
And thy store.
And thy store. All right, read.
Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body.
Meaning all of our... Why do you think we weren't, but we become the greatest abortionists in this country? You know, our people kill babies more than any nation.
That's right.
It makes me sick to even let those words roll off my tongue, but it happens to be true. We're murderers. We're murderers. And you know what's so bad about it? If you think about the law, let's say a woman was with a man and she decided that she didn't want to be with that man. You know, she can't even take the children, according to our law. She left by herself. She's not taking the children with her. You do know that, right? That's our law. See, Esau's law, the woman leaves, she takes the children. Watch what they've done with the law as well. If the woman wants to kill the child, the man can't say don't kill. In fact, it's illegal for him to say that.
That's right. That's
why they have this thing that says, what is it? Something another, my body,
my choice. My
choice,
my body, my choice.
There it is. So the man has no choice. And yet, if the woman says, I'm going to keep the baby and you're going to pay for it, guess what? The man, he has no say in it. He has to go with that. You see how they're slowly turning the men into dweebs, weaklings, simps. And do you know now that notice in some states they've stretched the law that a woman can say that this man is the father of my child and penalize that man has to pay for that child. Even though he may say, I'll do it, but there must be a blood test. I said, no blood test needed. She says it's you, it's you.
That's fact.
He has to he has to take out, hire the best lawyers that's around in order for him just to prove that it's not him.
That's facts. That is facts.
This is the day that we live in, brothers and sisters. And that's why when we look at this now, we begin to see that the enemy has truly spoiled this whole thing. Go to Haggai chapter 1 and 6. Haggai chapter 1. My pages are sticking, so if you get there, just go ahead. I'll catch up.
You said 1 and 6?
Yes, sir.
The book of Haggai, chapter 1 and verse 6. Ye have sown much and bring in little.
Read that again, sir.
Ye have, Haggai, chapter 1 and verse 6. Ye have sown much.
Go on.
And bring in little.
And brought in little. Keep going.
Ye eat, but ye have not enough.
Read.
Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink.
Read.
Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put into a bag with holes.
See, that's our condition. We're always working from from wage to wage.
That's facts.
Because the enemy has poisoned us and caused us to develop such a way that our very lifestyle is now in jeopardy.
That's right.
We live at a struggle. We never had to do that before. Food was never the option. Because we always had food. Because we planted our own food. The law now says, you plant your food, you're going to get fined. So now you can't plant your own food.
Can't collect your own water.
And the doctor, you can't collect, meaning you can't dig any wells now and collect your water. If you do that, you know, I remember, this is going back to the 1980s when we was in a place called Boardman in Youngstown, Ohio. And I remember a white woman, she came to me and said, I have a business opportunity for you. You remember what I'm talking? And she said, she said, stop whatever it is you're doing. She said, I have it on good authority. She was well-to-do with, you know, all the uppity market house and all this business. And she said, I wanted to come to my house. So my wife and I, we went up to where she was and she said, I want to stop what you're doing. Anything you're doing, put it on hold. This is going to be big everywhere. And if you put your seeds down now, you will have franchises in every country. So I'm kind of like bated breath. I wanted to hear what this is. And then she said, water.
Mm-hmm.
I said, what are you talking about, water? You can get water at the tap. She said, no. So the future will be where everyone is going to buy water, regardless of what country they're in. And regardless of how much water is around them, they will buy water.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't believe her.
Wow.
I didn't. She said, if you get in on this at basement level, she didn't say ground level.
She said basement level.
Doctor, I knew she was serious when she said basement. And you remember what I'm talking about, right? And she said, you do this, she said, you'll be one of the richest. She said, you go anywhere and people won't even know you're that stinking rich. She used the word stinking because she said, you'll smell of money. And I hate to say this, she was a nice one.
She was a nice one.
She was a nice Edomite. Somehow she always wanted to put me in first position. Anyway, that's another story. But the point is that she wanted to me to be in the know.
Come.
And think about it, this was back in the 80s. Look at what's happened. Look at what's happened. I mean, when I go and I see all the water stacked up, I had to look up and I said to myself, bruh.
Right.
If you put down just a little something back there.
Right.
Yeah. But the Lord knows it might have taken me off my destiny. So I don't fret about it. Because He has given me bread every day.
That's right.
And I met all my bills every day.
That's right.
So I got nothing to complain about. So let's leave it there, shall we?
Right.
But quickly, run with me. How we do it for time? Run with me to Malachi chapter 3 and 8, please.
Yes, sir.
Malachi chapter 3 and 8. And then I need to give you some 3 and 8. Mm-hmm.
The book of Malachi, chapter 3 and verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
Will a man rob God?
Will a man do what?
Will a man rob God?
Come on.
Yet ye have robbed me.
Yet you have robbed me. Read.
But ye say, wherein have we robbed thee? In tithes and offerings.
In tithes and offerings. Now, could someone explain that to me? Mm-hmm. Explain that to me. We don't have a lot of time, so, don't go on holiday but thinking about it. Yeah, or vacation, as you say. Yes, sir. Recipe, sir.
When you have to tithe, you have to every time you worship, you have to give your tithe.
Mm-hmm.
That's scripture. That's what we're supposed to do. Tithe your earnings or your fruit, back in the day, they gave the fruit from the field. What do you have?
Okay. All right. Okay. Did I see your hand, Ahaya?
Yeah.
All right, Ahaya, go ahead.
The book of Matthew, chapter 23, and verse 23.
Mm-hmm.
The book of Matthew, chapter 23, and verse 23.
Mm-hmm.
Woe unto you, hypocrites, Salakiah. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye pay tithe of mint and anise and cumin, and have not omitted the weightier matters of the law,
Come on.
judgment, mercy, and faith. These ought ye to have done, and not to leave the other undone.
Mm-hmm. Go on just a little bit more.
Ye, verse 24, ye blind guides, which strain at a gnat and swallow a camel.
Okay, now let's put it all together. What is that saying? Very quickly, please. Sorry to hasten your clockwork, but very quickly, please. That's a precept, but explain it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Grace and peace to you, Doctor.
Just like a lot of the pastors in the modern church today, you're so concerned with the look of things, and how things look, and how things present itself, but you're not dealing with the matters of the people, the matters of the government.
All right. I don't disagree with what you say. I don't disagree. Anything, but I need more. I need more. And remember, explain it to, not from him. I didn't say I need more from him. I just said I need more. So let's move away from the brother. The brother starts swatting there with the mic. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Grace and peace, brother.
Grace and peace.
You have some people that come, they won't tithe, they will give the least they can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you say that they give it something.
Well, usually people give the least who want the more. The one the most. From my experience, anyway.
And in that saying, that's what they that's what it's referring to in Matthew.
All right, let me show you something. Let's read Matthew again, please.
Matthew chapter 23 and verse 23.
Yep.
Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites.
And notice, calls them hypocrites. Scribes are the writers, by the way. Okay? And the Pharisees are a religious sect. Right? They're a religious sect that go back to the Levites. Right? Just making sure everyone's on the same page there. Read on.
For ye pay tithe of mint and anise and cumin, and have not omitted the weightier matters of the law.
The weightier matters of the law. Go on.
Judgment, mercy, and faith. These ought ye to have done, and not to leave the other undone.
Leave the other undone. Anybody get it yet? In other words, what happened then happens still to this very day. It's happening. You know, the tithing is meant to be there as a backup for the brethren or for the church, meaning the body.
That's right.
But when I use the word church nowadays, I don't use the word church as a building, because the truth is that we worship anywhere for shelter, but we collectively become the church, right? Now, today, what have they done? The church is more talking about getting in the money, so you'll have your Bentley, your big house, your $1,000 suit, well, not 1,000 now, $5,000 suits, and all of that nonsense, right? That's what it's talking about. And watch it now, watch it. It talks about all of those things, and it makes sure that I ask for $2,000 and you only bring me $8,000. Watch it. Here's the next part of it. But you have never used that type of rigidity in your aggression to the people to keep the law of the law. You never got on their case and said, Sabbath is the day that we come and worship.
That's right.
Never done that. You're still worshiping on the sun god day. You're still worshiping on that day. And you've taken away the things that people were meant to have themselves covered. We've taken away the ability that we could feed those who were less off, those who were struggling in the ministry. You've taken away the very thing that allows the ministry to be able to reach our people. But instead of reaching our people, what do you want? I want a 15-bedroom mansion. I know a brother. There's my wife sometimes. She's a good witness. He had a 15-bedroom mansion and would brag about it. And he would say, guess who comes and collects my offering on Monday morning? He said that when we put our bag together, he said it takes a Brinks truck to come and take our money out of our church. His brother, he was boasting on it. And watch this. He boasted. Father have mercy. He boasted. Father have mercy. He boasted. And one day, out of the blue, brother man got struck with an illness they didn't know what had happened to him. And he was tall, kind of heavy set, not all the way, but heavy set brother, charismatic as you don't know what. And when you saw him in that hospital bed with tubes all over his body, he looked like a skeleton. The wife had to go in there every day and stayed over many of the days to pray him back. Now, where was the boasting about the Brinks truck? The 15,000 square foot home? Where is all that? What does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose your soul? In fact, the one soul you have, you've lost it. So when we go back now, let's get back to Malachi. I need to hit this up real quick. I've only got 2 minutes, but let's go where you left off, Doctor.
The book of Malachi, chapter 3 and verse 8. Will a man rob God? Yet ye have robbed me. But ye say, wherein have we robbed thee?
Come on.
In tithes and offering.
Tithes and offering. Tithes and offering. Keep going, Doctor.
Ye are cursed with a curse.
See, now here comes the other curse from already the curse of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 15. You see how we keep adding to the curses? Keep going, Doctor.
For ye have robbed me, even this whole nation.
Come on.
Bring ye all the tithes into the storehouse.
Come on.
That there may be meat in mine house.
Now, remember, because when he says his house, do you know that the house is us, right? Therefore, there has to be enough to supply and keep our people. We can't keep our people. We can't keep our people. No, because you see what I've seen. I've seen the converseness where the pastor, he wants to wear fancy watches. Did you see a pastor that was online? He said, I wanted, what was what he said he wanted? And you gave me a Timex or something like that.
Right.
Said, I don't want that. I want, this is the watch. How do you go to church and be blackmailing folk over a watch? Give me a break, brah. A watch. Do you know what Peter said to Simon the sorcerer? So your money and you will perish. It's not about things. It's all about stuff. You're going to die and leave. I remember many years ago, I was a young man at the time, where this man, I read a magazine, I used to have it until it got destroyed, of a man being buried in his Cadillac.
Oh, yeah.
And the doctor, I remember when I was still in England, and I ordered me some ebony and some jet. Yeah, I ordered me all of that now. I kept up to date with America. He was being buried in his Cadillac. I said, what kind of a thing? What, buried? One of the first things I asked a particular brother, I won't say his name, in Youngstown, I said, what's this? You guys get buried in a Cadillac? He said, no, that was just I said, so it's not common then. It's just, no, that man, he loved his car so much, so they buried him in it. I said, what? Really? But back to the main point. The leaderships want to have Bentleys, Rolls Royce. What's that got to do with saving the children of God? What's that got to do with a mother who lives on the north side, south side, east side, whichever side it is, where people are struggling and saying, don't worry, sis, we'll pick you up every week. Don't worry, sis, you know, we got a food drive. When you come, we'll make sure that we pick out some things for you. And by the way, you do know that began with us, not with the government?
That's right. That's right.
Any of you thinking, well, you know, they give us government cheese. You sad thing, you. Don't you know where that comes from? The Black Panther movement created all of those things. And the government saw it and said, that's a great idea. Let's take it. And they took it.
Yeah.
You're missing the bigger picture here. And I need to stop. Can I, look, I want to finish on this point. All right, I'm going to give you 4 things I want you to write down, please. We're going to blow them up next week. All right? This is the terms of the covenant. The terms of the covenant. Now you'll see why we have a covenant. And you'll see why there's a covenant for Moses and David. You'll see. These are the terms of the covenant. Number 1, it's obedience. Number 2, love for Yahweh. That's number 2. Because it's not Yahweh first and then love. You got to have love. You got to have obedience to the God, Yahweh, right? And number 3 is the land, the rest, the R-E-S-T, rest of the land. It's in rest. The land is in rest now. No matter how they're fighting over it, the land's shut off, it's switched off. There are 3 sequences to that. Let me. Yeah, I can only do that. But they're A, B, and C. We're going to cover A, B, and C of that sequence. All right. And then that's A, which is the terms of the covenant. And then we're going to hit the oath of the covenant. And then how it is tied to the book of the covenant. And the book of the covenant is tied to the blood of the covenant. So those are the areas we're going to hit, and they're going to be quite heavy. So yes, indeed, if you have questions, if you in your studies, you come across things between now and then, it's also welcome and appreciated. We're going to go into depth with that. Okay, and what about that? All right, any questions that anybody has before we close out on where we are? Everybody, yes, ma'am?
You said there was 4 terms of the covenant?
There is 4 terms.
Obedience, love for Yahweh, land, and rest. And what was the fourth one?
Did you get, well, remember, under the terms of the covenant, there is obedience, there is love for Yahweh, then there is the rest of the land, and under the rest of the land, there is 3 segments
Okay.
to that land. 3 segments. Everything backed up with scripture, everything backed up with book, chapter, verse. Not speculation, not how I feel, not what I think, what the book says. Go on? Yes, ma'am.
And then what is number 4?
Number 4 would be the oath of the covenant.
Well, hold on.
Well, look, if there's the
go under the rest of the land.
let me give it to you again. So this is my problem, giving out too much information before I should. Bad man. A, we have the terms of the covenant. Got it? Under the terms of the covenant comes 1, obedience. 2, love.
For Yahweh.
Yes. 3, rest.
Rest of the land.
Right? That covers all of the terms of the covenant. From the terms of the covenant, now we have the oath, O-A-T-H, oath of the covenant. I'll be explaining an oath and what that means and why we take oath very poorly. And that's why a man who is married to his wife, they make an oath. And if a man makes an oath to his wife again, you've got to keep it. Because, well, honey, I'm going to do blah, 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 blah. And I swear upon it. But he doesn't say nothing. The moment I swear I vow, you're in trouble now. Because you have to fulfill it. And the only way you get out of that is if you die. All right. So the next one after that is the book of the covenant. After the oath of the covenant, the book of the covenant. Everybody got that? And lastly, the blood of the covenant. The blood of the covenant. Everybody got that? Everybody got it good? All right, we're going to go deep in those areas, and we're going to be backing up. And you'll see when we read certain scriptures now, you're going to say, oh, that's why the scripture said blah, blah, blah. Oh, so that's what it's attached to. You begin to see what the attachment is for. Okay? All right. And if the Spirit moves me well, I may bring a book in for you to also to study.
Joshua 21.
Yeah.
Joshua 21 to 43 to 45.
Everybody good there? Good. All right. Are you ready? Everybody good? All right. Now, there is something that I have that you're going to need. You're going to need this. Everybody ready? Right. I want you to look at, let's see. I want you to look at, let's see. No, let's leave it. Yeah, let's leave it. All right, that's good. All right, we give all praises to the Most High God. We hope that everything that you have heard and you've learned, that has been a blessing to you. We pray that you like, share, and subscribe. Do give us a thumbs up. We hope that the teaching continues to be a blessing to you as it opens up your thoughts and your minds. We pray also that you will share this with your family members and friends and those who are of Israel. We continue to gather together on the Sabbath. Please do remember the Sabbath day is holy. You have to keep it. It's not up for consideration. It's something that you must do. The same way you used to run to Sunday, go to worship church. The same way you have to make sure you keep the Sabbath every week, And whilst I'm out, I'll leave that. We'll look forward to seeing you then. To all our brothers over in the UK and Europe and Africa, and those of the brothers who are here, those east, west, and south of the Americas, we pray that the Most High continue to watch over you and keep you. On behalf of myself and the family here, we want to say to you, Prophet Yahweh, B'Hashem HaMashiach Yahushai, Selah, hallelujah. Amen. All right, that's good. All right, any questions?